Introducing Keshav out of Just Now Productions.
Yo, what's
He's
going on,
live in
guys?
studio. I'm Shav.
What's going on? Thank you for having me, guys.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Musician and producer.
Yes, sir.
Watch me, you're wrong long.
But that's the thing.
You're wrong long.
That's the thing, you know. I mean, now we take this opportunity to kind of like feature everybody.
Right.
You know, making the art form possible.
Yeah, man.
And you are considered, you know, the hybrid crew. The new producers on the
Yeah,
scene are the hybrid.
It's probably a decent way to describe it. It's definitely not the typical coming out of Trinidad and Tobago, but we're not completely Trini, right? We're like, I'm the Trinidadian half.
Right.
The other half is the English half, and
That's
you know,
Sam.
come together. That's
From
Sam.
Just Now.
Interface.
This is Just Now production.
Yeah.
Just Now. There you go.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
how did you meet Sam?
I met Sam in the UK, man. I was on tour with Tricanal, playing in their band. I used to do like the
Well,
sample
that's what I
stuff.
asked
and
about
playing
Tricanal,
the
Yeah,
thing.
no
This
Chicana.
is a while ago. Huh? It's
Yeah,
like
he played with
2000
Tricanal, yes.
2008. You know, we big up the Tricanal every time because I've sort of come up under the ranks in production underneath Shal, rest in peace. So that's early day stuff. And I met Sam on a tour once. Met him again the next year, real briefly. Third time I met him the third year after that because I
Right.
kept on going to Bristol, UK, by the way, which is where the other home of Just Now is besides Port of Spain.
Right.
Met him at a drum and bass rave because he was a drum and bass producer, big in the dance. Invited him to Trinidad. He came down to Trinidad, just split with his girl.
Yeah.
Best time to come to Trinidad for carnival time. Right? Changed his life. Long story short, back and forth every year, half the year in Trinidad, half the year in the United Kingdom, functioning in both the diaspora carnival situation and in, I guess, UK underground and pop.
Tell me something. How would you describe your song that you do now?
It's definitely something that's not bound by a genre. It is definitely bass heavy and it's full of drums, rhythm section.
Yeah, because-
I'll say rhythm section. That's
Yeah,
it.
because when I did my research and I realized that you came from that background. You love
Drumming?
the drums.
Yeah,
He's beat,
drumming.
well, he's beat
Drumming
drum for
first.
us in Scotch.
Yeah,
he part of the Scotch rhythm
big up
section.
the Scotch
Right.
side.
He's beat drum first.
Yeah, no. I know
We
it
are the
from
guys
cinema, of course.
from Reese. From
Exactly.
from what's it called?
The
Reese,
boom
man?
boom room,
Yeah,
the boom boom room.
yeah.
Me and Reese and Madupe and thing. That's
Yeah.
a long time.
Because you know why? I
Friends.
asked a fellow producer about you today.
Right.
He's also a part of the hybrid crew.
You're right.
Right.
Hybrid. Okay.
Neutron.
Yeah, GBM, big up, man. I grew up in Miami too, so I mean, I've always heard about those guys and.
Yeah, but
know?
so I was asking him what would you say is the difference between yourself, Precision, Just Now, the hybrid crew, and
You know what?
he was saying that he was saying the way he described it, he said, I think because of Keshav's background,
Yeah.
actually playing the drums and that kind of thing, while we would just use the electronic beats, that kind of thing, he said that you infuse live instruments a lot
Yeah, a lot of the times. Definitely.
with the electronic.
Yeah, true. Like, you know, I'll give you an example. The lead tone in Truck on the Road and also in Marshall Junction, which you guys both played there. Those lead synth tones are actually an interesting, weird mix of live instruments like pan and horns with a lot of distortion, and it ends up becoming a synth.
Yeah.
You put that one sound back in the synthesizer and play it back, and it sounds like a synthesizer. So it starts, for me, it always starts from a percussive, rooted kind of sound. And same with Sam, you know, up in the UK. So it ends up sounding a little bit synthy and dancey, but it always comes from drums and like real natural sound. So that's how we like to cut it, I guess.
So what are you working on right now though? I know you just came, when I spoke to you last week, you told me you're going to Brazil.
I was just in the studio. You know, well, I mean, yeah, we've been touring. We were in Brazil right before Carnival, so we got to see the Brazilian build up to Carnival, which was incredible. We went out there, did a few shows, did a festival, stayed in a living studio, doing a bunch of tracks for Brazilians. That was mad. I got to link with the same people that David Rudder linked with
Right.
in Bahia, and that was incredible.
real?
Yeah, man, I got to collaborate with them and thing. It was nuts. But yeah, that's the touring aside. We've been working on a body of work. I'm not going to reveal what it is, but
Right.
we've been working on it very extensively in Trinidad for the last 2 months. At Bungie Studio, big up to the General every time.
Grown in pie.
Yeah, I mean, and yeah, we've been working there real intensively with a lot of Trinidadian youth talent, established talent. So that thing is gonna come out pretty soon.
Yeah.
We just dropped a 16-song free bundle, which you guys are listening to right now. Ding Dong is playing in the back.
Yeah.
That's for free. You could go on justnow.net and find out. Just download that. 16 songs you just want to give away. And then an EP is coming out soon. And individually, I'm working on a Marshall soundtrack for the film that's coming out.
Yeah.
Scandal. Tricanal album. I just came from by them. You know, that's fam. So I'm always working with them.
Yeah, give them kudos. They're always
Yeah,
working.
yeah.
They're always working. Tricanal always working.
On the Maurice Street there, they're always buzzing there. Something always going on.
But all right. But you've been around for years, right? You've been around for years.
I
doing
mean,
your
I
thing.
ain't that old.
I
But
know, but I mean, I put it like that. But I mean, you have history in the music.
Word, man. Yeah, I grew up in music. You know, I mean, my dad he's a diplomat for Trinidad and Tobago. We just grew up, you know, repping the country, you know, wherever we were. And that's
Right.
why I have this kind of hodgepodge Potong
It's all family in music too, you know. His brother plays guitar as well.
Yeah, they're great musicians.
Rock guitar kind of vibes, and then you have another brother who's beat drums too. Whole family in music.
Yeah, I'm lucky to have, or fortunate to have grown up in that kind of
All right,
situation.
so being back and forth here in Trinidad and well this region and then Europe.
Yeah.
You know everybody's buzzing about soca right now. That's the talk.
Absolutely.
Everybody's saying boy soca's about to blow, that kind of thing. Honestly, truthfully, what is the difference back then to now? Concerning the music and everyone around the music.
Well, I mean, when I first started coming down to Trinidad, like years and years ago, and I didn't start coming down as a producer. I mean, not a lot of people know I used to play football, and I used to come down here and play in the under 20 team and train for that. And I thought that I was going to be a footballer. I damaged my knee when I was in university, came down. And ever since then, back in the days when I was playing football and coming down, working at CSB, Caribbean Sound Based in RIP to that. I've been bringing dance music into the thing, and years and years ago, a lot of guys were saying, you know, it's a bit strange. I don't know if you want to you'll get run out to dance if you play this kind of thing.
Right, yeah.
10 years later, it's now starting to happen. Thanks to guys like Shal and Precision and guys who've been bringing stuff in like that over the years, grafting, working hard over the years, and now it's kind of caught up to a place where we can put music out like that. And for me, it's being able to influence both the foreign markets, UK, US. And the Trinidadian market simultaneously, which is a very hard thing to do, but that is the reason why we're doing what we're doing.
Tell us some of the songs you produced besides Junction and thing that the people would know.
Well, there was a slew of them this year. A lot of them were like sort of we would say ground support type records, real street records. Because I think that the grassroots is where it's at, man.
Okay.
You know, especially
Must touch the ground.
Yeah, Mad, with Tree Sons, Bungie, Faye.
When you
Renegade,
see the big flag on out, mad, yeah.
Exactly. Renegade Soca with Bungie and Clan. Big up to Clanny every time. Been working with him on the Just Now body of work. Maximus or MX Prime as they call him now.
You were responsible for that collaboration with Bungie and the artists out of UK, right?
Yeah, well, that was actually that's our song. It's called
Turn Up.
Right. Okay. So it's an interesting one. I mean, we feel honored to have been able to get Bungie to collaborate in that way with us. I was up there a couple of years ago, sampled the record, asked Bungie for the vocals. He sent it from Keston Leslie, who did the original production for the soca version of that song.
Right, turn up.
Exactly. But it was a very majory kind of sunshine record that made a lot of sense for the Caribbean diaspora. But we took that, flipped that, man. It was Sam's birthday. We didn't go out. We just had fun in the studio, and like by 4 o'clock in the morning, we started just laughing. And that's when you know you have something with that kind of evilish laugh.
Yeah.
You know, anyways, it was mad, and that's actually the one that's done the best for us outside. That video's been on MTV. Stylo G was the feature. We re-released it, and we added Stylo to it on Free Beat Records, which is a subsidiary of Universal.
It's amazing that we have a Ground Empire artist, and Bungee's DJ right here with us, and he couldn't, comment. And I don't know. I'm just saying. I hope you
know what's going on.
Yeah. I mean, it's your show too. You can chip in. It's all good.
I'm a dog.
But you know what? I'll let you chip in right now. Let's hear some more Just Now music before we go to Mad Old School. Let's go down.
Run thing.
Come on down.
Just Now.
And Fanny.
Vanavi. Yeah, close.
Oh, sorry, I don't know. Oh, that's your name.
I'm sorry, I keep on messing you up with the pronunciations.
But no, but that's your name.
Vanavi. That's her name. That's her.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
that's her. Okay. No,
I don't know. I hope we call her baby.
Hey, man.
Should I say baby?
You can say that if you want.
Your baby, sorry.
Yeah, she's sweet. You know that.
All right, so it's Keshav don't think on me there,
Yeah.
Go back, Smith. Don't do that now.
Man of my best.
It's Michelle, Bungie,
Yes, sir.
Beanie,
Yes, sir.
your baby.
I see Trinidad James here now.
Well, this is a different record, man. If you want. Yeah. And Neval Chetla.
Serious?
Yeah, we recorded this about like 3 years ago.
It's a real hot spot on music anyway.
Yeah, crazy.
Trinidad James,
yeah.
Neval.
Was that recorded here? Where was this recorded?
That was recorded right here at Studio Express, man, about like 3 years ago. We did it a while ago. Yeah, but we didn't have the chance to put it out yet. So that's why we thought to put out this free bundle.
No, when I say all of this is free and on the site.
That's all free, and that's all on our site. So you just have
large body of music.
Yeah. You know, there's a lot of music coming out this year, as I said. So we thought, why not put stuff out that's not label tied and that the people need to hear. You know what I mean? And also, from a music business perspective, it keeps you relevant and you get more bookings that way. So, you know what I mean? We have a hectic festival season coming up, Glastonbury, etc., etc. We have some crazy men from Trinidad and Tobago actually flying to perform with us at Glastonbury. You guys will see that.
And when you say your EP is coming out, you'll have a date?
Yeah, we have it. Yeah, it's coming out it's coming out in August, but a 6-week promo, etc. before. On UK label Gutter Funk, and it's got 4 tracks on it, real mad. Different tempos, but you know, that bass heavy Trini kind of vibes.
So what do you have planned? I know Carnival next season is pretty short. So
Yeah,
people
absolutely.
are getting themselves in gear now. What you have planned?
It was real short. This one gone too, right?
Yeah.
You know
And
what
this
I
one
mean?
is even
But you
shorter.
know what? But you know what? But you know what? You know the hybrid crew. They don't really look at the carnival. They don't really
No,
look check that seasonal thing. You know.
guess.
They're like, you know what?
Correct.
Whenever it's done, it's done.
Correct. And you know what it is? We already starting to work on things that you look ahead to see what could possibly influence the music in a better direction. The MO of Just Now, and me in particular as well, is trying to get Trinidad and Tobago music too. You know, it's not about busting and getting somebody signed or that kind of thing. Just making quality records that we could be proud of, that are gonna play on like the BBC One Extra. I mean, that's the kind of radio play that we're getting right now. You know what I mean? And not just us, but Precision, GBM, etc.
Yeah.
Hybrid crew, as you say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it's about just grafting and doing the work, and then I think soon enough, from what everything that I hear from the industry right now, especially in the European side, big things gonna happen. We just had to work hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right, well, get the people and your Twitter handles, your social media handles, so they
Yes,
can find
man.
you.
At Just Now Production on Twitter and Instagram. At LaserBeam1414 on Twitter and Facebook, Google, anything. Just put Just Now and you find it. JUSNOW.
All right.
Guys, he does everything. He plays instruments.
Respect, fellas.
Producer, he sings as well. He actually out there too, you know. Don't let him play like that.
I'm taking a hiatus. I will bring out the album in about 5 years when I start to get grey and thing.
Keshav, Just Now.
Respect.
Productions in the building. He decided to chill with us before he heads back to Europe.
Tomorrow morning.
Yep.
Oh, you're not here tomorrow?
I had another road tomorrow. Well, tomorrow evening, but I'm going back to work in the studio now. So.
All right, see.
Morning.
Constantly working. Mother Drive, let's go.
Right now the well